I'm still in Tennessee. I'm still working on the Jeep. I had to run to town to get some parts. Just heading back. Got to go put them in. Jeep still wasn't running well, so I had to put changed out a few of the sensors on there. I'll show you that once I get into it a little bit further. Also, I still had a freaking drain somewhere on that battery, so I went through and disconnected some light bulbs and also pulled a few plugs until I found out where that drain was coming from. Don't know what the plugs are doing or what they're for, but I don't have the drain anymore on the battery, and also my door locks are working now. So I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'm just heading back from town after doing, like I said, the Jeep upgrade parts, and also I had to do some upgrading to the horse too. Lux needed some saddle parts here, so let me get you turned around and show you the reason I got old Crusty all set up for running the roads here. Here's what we're getting into, our trip from town. Yeah, as you can see, yep. So these roads are pretty twisty and pretty windy, so that's why I made Crusty into a street machine as compared to a rock crawler, because this is what you've got to do to get the town at least one direction. The other direction is not too bad. Either way, you've got 10 miles of this kind of stuff to get to town. Yeah, there we go. Going through, we got little rocks here. Well, I'm just gonna set you back and let you go here. Made it back from town. Let me show you what I was shopping for Lux here. Some for Lux, some for me. Got some saddle bags to put on the back so I can put my carry water with out there, and some snacks. You always got to have snacks on the trail. And what else I got in here? I've got Analyte. I'll load that up with some more junk, but now I got some saddle bags. This is for Lux, a nice cinch. The other one that was on there was just a old cheap one. This one's got a little more cushion for Lux on there. This is for me. This is for my ass. This sits on top of the saddle, gives you a cushy ride. This is for me here. I got some stirrups, some wider ones. The ones that came with the saddle. These are for working type stirrups. Put your foot in there and it stays in there. What I needed is a trail stirrup. So I got some wider ones here. So I like this one here, but then I stopped at some other place and I had some real wide ones. This one's iffy if my foot fits in there with my big boots, and these I know they'll fit. Maybe I'll save these for my winter boots ones. And this is for Lux. A new breast collar for them to fit on the front here, tie into the saddle. Everything's matchy-matchy. So I will get Lux all put together, and then once I get all this stuff on Lux, go for a short ride. By then, Crusty the Jeep will be cooled down enough where it's going to get its upgrade, where I got the map sensor, spark plugs, airflow sensor, a few other things. I'll get that upgraded, and everything will be upgraded for today. Oh, I better get a hold of Lux. He's getting a little rambunctious, tearing on stuff here. Lux is styling now. He's got all his upgrades on there. I couldn't use these stirrups here because they're narrower on the top than the other ones. And now I know. Somebody's getting some Christmas presents, or maybe my wife might like these. Pretty nice set of stirrups. These will get saved for when he's doing some real work, arena type work. But these are the trail stirrups here. Good wide stirrups so you don't get your foot caught in there. Those stirrups over there are 5 inches and a little bit smaller. These are almost 6 inches wide in here. In order to get that size 13 boot in there easy without getting stuck, I needed that good stirrup on there. And those are the cheap ones. Got the saddlebag on there. Lux got his brand new cinch on there. He's gonna like that. He's got his new breast collar on here. This is a real nice soft one where all the corners are rolled on here, because some of those breast collars, those big hard leather ones, they're so sharp on them they actually cut the horses here. So when you're getting breast collars, pony up a little bit and don't buy the cheap shit for your horse here. I am gonna go on a short trail ride with him while Crusty cools down, and I'll get back and do his upgrades there. So yep, warm day, my laundry's out there drying. It's not how my wife, usually she's got a nice clothesline and everything hung up there. Yeah, we're going bachelor style this weekend. We're just throwing clothes out on the bench to dry. So I'll bring you back when I get back, or maybe even a little bit of snapshots on the trail. Well, we're about to do some rock crawling with Lux here. Well, I think he wants a drink first. Maybe. Oh, and there's the rock crawling we got to do here. Come on, Lux. And using Lux instead of Crusty the Jeep, I got no broken axles, no U-joints. Just got some, just dig in and go. Come on, let's go, come on. Come on, Lux, dig, 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 dig. And we got more rocks up here. Now these get a little slippery, so I got to be real careful here. Usually I got carbide nails on the shoes, but I don't have them on there this trip here, so. But he's doing okay. They usually learn to get there. You can see where a lot of horses have been clawing their way up here. Yeah, they got to jump up there, so. So that was our version of a rock crawling. Just heading home, and just did a short ride today. Just giving you the express version here without speeding the camera up. Whoa, hang on, Lux. Oh, we just about crashed. I wasn't paying attention. I need to watch where I'm going here. So, well, we're heading back and seeing a little bit at back at home. Well, Lux and I just made it back. Stirrups worked out perfect, and the best investment is this neoprene seat cushion here. It was relatively inexpensive, and it saved my ass on here. So, short ride today. It's cooling down a little bit. Another project over there for this evening. Well, Lux is waiting for supper here. I mixed up some hay cubes, filled it with water, and he likes that stuff. He's been, oh, yes. What do we got going here, huh, Lux? Come on. Oop. Got. Oh, hey, settle down. Come here. This is delicious, huh, Lux? So that'll be his supper tonight. And then he gets, you get a little flake of hay before he go to bed. But other than that, he's all done for today. We had a good day. See ya, Lux. Now it's time to go work on Crusty over there. Well, it's time to put spark plugs in old Crusty, except I forgot to get a feeler gauge. So we're gonna have to do a little improvising here. Googled it, and it's supposed to be 0.43 thousandths or 1.5 or 1.1 millimeters. I got a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench. So as long as this doesn't fit in there, and then I found a zip tie that somewhat fit in this other spark plug I took out, so I'm compromising between here and there. As long as they're all the same, I think we're going to be good, because they got a little bit of a range on the internet. So I'll start with getting some spark plugs in here, and then just work my way on down the list here. Well, the next part going into Crusty is an oil pressure sensor. Every time I turn it on, the gauge pegs out at 80. So I'm hoping by changing out the sensor, it is going to fix that. And the sensor is located right down here. It's got that little red button on it. I got to pull that out and then get an 1 1/16 socket on there, change it out, see if that works. And I was talking before about the electrical and the battery drain on here and what I did on here. Let me just go through this a little bit here and show you that this fuse right there is that fuse right there. It's an IOD, and what that fuse does, it takes and sends power to the unit for like the radio memory and your dome light and other things that are running. That'll draw it. So I was getting too much draw from that fuse, so I checked it, and on that circuit I found this plug, which I have no idea what it is. It's a C3. Maybe somebody out there knows what it is. I pulled that plug and I fixed my drain problem as far as draining the battery, I think. So anyways, if you got problems with it draining, start with that fuse. Your battery draining, start with that fuse, and then just work your way through the system and check for drains in there. So, well, I'll get that changed out and I'll get over to the other side of the motor. Success. The oil sending unit, it works now. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference on how it runs, but I know everything on this is tied into that computer that's over there. So if it's reading the right pressure now, that might do something. Just cleaning things up in this area here. You can see I added on the end of the wire, I put some dielectric grease on the inside of the plug before I put it together. And then on the back side where the wires are just sort of hanging out in the wind there, I built a little support for it with some of this Bostic Marine. You can see I do that on all the wires that are sticking out there. Yeah, somebody's going to probably scream and it looks a little ugly, but it keeps those wires from vibrating right at the plug, because if a wire is going to break, that's where it's going to break, is right at that plug. So I just put a little support in there. So I got that. Made a couple of zip tie plug wire holders. You wrap one wire all the way around it, and then you take another zip tie and you put it right in the middle. It keeps them separated from arcing if there's any voltage going through. So, well, now I can get on to the other side of the motor. Well, continuing to make progress on Crusty the Jeep here. Changed out the map sensor, the throttle positioner sensor, and the idle plunger. These take a T20 screw to get off that, and these are both T25s to get the other two sensors off. Well, let me put the air intake on here, and I will fire this up and see if it made a difference in this thing will sit and idle nice and smooth. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see what happens. Bring back a little bit. Well, it's running, and I think it's running a whole lot smoother. The only concern I have is when I first started up, the idle was up about 2,000 RPM, and I think it has something to do with heating up or something, but a little concern there. But idle's coming down on there. We'll see if it keeps coming down. Oh, one other thing I got on here, I got some fancy seat covers. Crusty's going to be styling. I can take the old frickin' bed sheet with a knot tied in it off of there. I like running seat covers on there. That way I don't have to worry about if most of the time I'm dirty and greasy, jumping in and don't want to mess the seats up. They're pretty good. So anyways, thanks for sticking with me today. It's getting dark out and I'm done. We will see you tomorrow. If we got something exciting going on, we'll get you another video. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.